Hey friends, my name is Mike. I'm super grateful to have you here today. This class is going to be great for anyone out there who's looking for a short yoga flow to do just to get the body moving a little bit, and especially for anyone out there who might be dealing with a little bit of back pain. The poses that we'll be doing in this class, mixed with the breathing techniques we'll be doing, are really going to help to get your back muscles to relax and let go a little bit. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. All right, friends, let's start our practice today in Supta Baddha Konasana. So go ahead and come onto your back. And then bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open towards the sides of your mat. Relax the back of your head down. And then from here, go ahead and interlace your fingertips and place the palms of your hands on top of your belly, right above your belly button. And then maybe even invite the eyes to close in these first couple moments of our practice. And just start by embracing the stillness inside your body. And just use this opportunity to kind of notice and observe how your body is feeling in this moment. So you might feel some places that feel more tense or tight than others. And just observing with a equanimous mind. So there's no right way to feel, there's no wrong way to feel. But just starting to investigate what it is that we're experiencing in this moment, inside our body. And then we'll start to send some deep breaths into the abdomen. And as you breathe in, see if you can inflate your belly so much that the palms of your hands kind of lift up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And then maybe you can feel them fall back down towards the ground as you exhale. And as we're breathing throughout this class, try and breathe in and out through your nose. And really trying to lengthen each inhale and each exhale. Let's take 2 more deep breaths just like this. You might even bring a little bit of sound to your breathing. We call this the Ujjayi breath in yoga. So it's almost like you might imagine as if you have a mirror in front of your face and you're trying to kind of fog up the mirror, but keep your mouth closed as you do it. And after your next exhale, you can blink open your eyes and go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, and then just kind of rock from side to side here, massaging your lower back on your mat. And as we go through these movements, do your best to keep this deep breathing going. So keeping the breath coming in and out through the nose. And from here, we'll slowly start to make our way up to a seated position. So you can roll over your ankles and then come onto the hands and knees. Try and find the shoulders stacking on top of the wrists here, and then the hips should be stacked more or less above your knees. And we'll go through some cat-cows, so we'll start to really link the breath with some movements here. So we'll start with an inhale to drop your belly down towards your mat, and at the same time gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin towards your chest. Good. Again, with your next inhale, drop the belly down towards the ground, lift your chin, gaze up. And as you exhale, round through the spine, press your back up towards the sky. Good. We'll do 3 more of these. Inhale, drop the belly down, gaze up. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, belly drops, chin lifts, throat opens. Exhale, round the back. Okay, we'll do our last one here. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, round the back. Drop the head. Good, and from here, come back to a flat back in tabletop. Go ahead and bring your left hand right in the middle of your mat. And with an inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and gaze up towards your right hand. And as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your body. Lower your right shoulder down towards the ground. Lower your right ear down towards your mat. And then from here, you can crawl your left hand slightly towards the left side of your mat. And the more that you press your left hand or your left fingertips down into the ground, the more you'll start to feel a shoulder stretch in your right shoulder here. So take 2 deep breaths to relax and soften into the pose. And 1 more breath. Good. And then we'll come back into our tabletop position on both hands. And with an inhale, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling, gaze up towards your left hand. And as you exhale, thread your left arm underneath your body, coming into this thread needle position. And then again, you can kind of walk your right hand slightly towards the right side of your mat, and then gently press your right fingertips into the ground as much as you need to feel a stretch in your shoulder. Stay here for 2 breaths. Good. Then we'll come back into our tabletop position. And then from here, start to walk your hands towards the top of your mat. And we'll make our way into downward facing dog. So you'll lift your hips up and back. And you might take some movement here. So maybe pedal the feet out or rock your weight from one foot and then over to the other foot. And then we'll find stillness in downward dog. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out the mouth. Nice and slow exhale. Gaze to the top of your mat and step your feet all the way to your hands. And we'll bring the feet about hips width distance on the mat here. And then bring one hand to the opposite elbow and then the other hand to the other elbow, coming into ragdoll pose. So really relax the weight of your head down towards the mat here. It might feel nice to take a little micro bend in your knees. Perfectly fine. And then if you'd like to add in some movement, you can kind of sway the elbows side to side. So really, as you add in some movement, try and use your whole upper body to kind of rock like a pendulum from side to side. Good. And take 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and release your elbows. Let your fingertips fall down towards the mat. Good. And from here, we'll take our first halfway lift of our practice. So as you inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. You can keep your fingers on the ground, or you can press the palms of your hands into your ankles to lengthen your back. And as you exhale, fold forward, round the spine. Relax the head down. And with your next inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And reach your arms up towards the ceiling, coming into mountain pose. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. And then relax your hands down towards your hips. All right, so we'll do some sun salutations here. Again, just linking the breath with some different movements. So we'll start with an inhale to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Gaze up and press your palms together. And as you exhale, fold all the way down towards the ground. Relax the head down. Soften the back. And as you inhale, again, find that halfway lift. So a flat back. And as you exhale, plant your palms and we'll step back into a plank position. And then we'll lower onto our knees and then slowly bend the elbows to bring your chest down towards the ground. Good. And from here, untuck your toes. So press the tops of your feet down into your mat. And we'll come into a baby cobra pose. So just lift your chest here. You can keep your pelvis on the floor. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, lower the chest down to the ground. With your next inhale, press up onto your hands and knees in that tabletop position. And as you exhale, roll over the toes back into downward facing dog. And take 3 rounds of breath here. So doing your best to really lengthen the inhales and exhales. Your breath might be a little faster than mine, or it might be a little slower, and that's perfectly fine. Just go at your own pace. One more breath. And then we'll gaze to the top of our mats and step the feet all the way to the hands. This time, if you'd like to bring your big toes together, feel free. Otherwise, keep the feet about hips width distance on your mat. With an inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold forward, drop the head down. Good. And as you inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, mountain pose, press the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. And we'll repeat that same sequence of movements, starting with an inhale, reach the arms up, maybe take a little back bend here if that feels okay. And as you exhale, slowly fold all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into that high plank position, and then again we'll lower the knees down and then bend the elbows to bring the chest down. And with our next inhale, again we'll take a little back bend here. This time feel free, if it feels okay, to straighten your arms just a little bit. So adding in a little bit more of a back bend than last time. And then we'll press back into our tabletop and then move into downward facing dog. And we'll take 2 rounds of breath in this downward dog. And remember to do your best to keep the breath coming in and out through the nose, opposed to the mouth. And we'll gaze to the top of the mat. Again, step your feet all the way to your hands. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose. Again, maybe a little back bend here. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more sequence of those movements. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe take it back a little bit. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank position, and then lower all the way onto your belly. And this time, with an inhale, maybe come into upward facing dog if it feels okay. So you can lift your knees and straighten your arms to lift your chest. Maybe hang out here for an extra breath. And then with your next exhale, we'll take it back into downward facing dog. Pause here for 1 round of breath. Good. And then go ahead and drop your knees down to the ground and come to a seated position in the middle of your mat. And extend your legs towards the top of your mat. Bring your big toes together. And with an inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Gaze up between your hands. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold over your legs, coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So you can bring your hands to grab your ankles. If you have the flexibility, eventually you can bring your hands towards the sides of your feet. Doesn't matter what you can reach. And then relax your head down towards your knees. As you inhale, see if you can find some length in your lower back. And as you exhale, see if you can find some more relaxation through your entire spine, allowing your nose to fall a little bit closer down towards your knees. And take 3 more breaths like this. One more breath. Good. And slowly start to lift your chest back up. Release what you have with your hands. And come onto your back. So we'll start by hugging both knees into the chest. And again, just kind of rocking a little side to side. And then keep your right knee hugged into your chest, but go ahead and extend your left leg towards the top of your mat. From here, bring your left hand on top of your right knee and start to guide your right leg over to the left side of your mat. And then open your right arm towards the right side. And then gaze over your right shoulder, coming into a little supine twist. Take one more breath here. And then slowly start to twist back to center. And we'll just switch the legs here. So the right leg will be straight to the top of the mat. Left knee is hugging into the chest. And we'll drop that left leg over to the right side. And then open the left arm to the left. And feel free to gaze over your left shoulder. One thing that I've learned through yoga is that I've found that the deeper and the slower that we can get ourselves to breathe, the more relaxed we feel after we practice. And really the scientific explanation for that is that when we breathe nice and deep and nice and slowly, we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which relaxes all the muscles in our body and makes us feel very calm mentally. And it's very soothing for us. Slowly start to twist back to center. And then one more time, hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. And then this time, lift your forehead up towards your knees. So really squeezing everything tightly together into this little ball. And take one last deep breath in through your nose. And this time, exhale out your mouth nice and slow. And as you exhale, release your legs. And we'll move into our Shavasana position. So finding any comfortable position. You might open the palms of your hands to face up towards the ceiling. And just allowing the eyes to close. And then I invite you to do a little scan of your body here. Start at the forehead and see if you can relax the skin across your forehead. Let your eyelids be nice and relaxed. You might slowly move down towards the jaw. Notice if you're holding any tension around your jaw. Allow the tongue to just kind of fall away from the roof of your mouth. Soften through the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips. Allow the abdomen to be nice and relaxed. Allow your hips to be heavy all the way down to the tips of your toes. And we'll just hang out here in the Shavasana for a couple minutes. And I invite you to just surrender and just kind of let go here. There's nothing left to do. From here, I invite you to bring your hands on top of your belly, just like we started our practice with. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose and see if you can, again, inflate that area around your belly button, lifting your hands up towards the ceiling. And with another big inhale, go ahead and reach your arms overhead, taking a full body stretch. You might spread your fingertips, maybe even point through the tips of your toes, kind of like you're yawning open through your entire body. And then go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. And roll onto either side of your body. It doesn't matter which one. We're going to meet in a fetal position. So you can relax your ear over your upper arm. And then at your own pace, slowly start to make your way up to a seated position at the top of your mat. Feel free to keep your eyes closed if you'd like. You can just relax your hands on top of your knees. We'll bring our hands to heart center. And we'll take one more deep breath together. A nice deep inhale in through the nose, filling up the abdomen. And go ahead and sigh it out your mouth. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. I hope you feel good, and I hope your body feels nice and relaxed. Namaste. Again, my name is Mike, and I really appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop me a comment below, maybe leave me a like, or hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. Thanks again. Namaste.